My name's Sandy. This is my buddy JB.
Hello.
And Tricia is here too.
Hi, everybody.
And our long-lost friend, I feel like it's been months since we spoke to our buddy from Thunder Pop TV, Steven Presley's with us.
Hello.
Do we need to catch up a little bit? Is everything okay? Nothing bad happened over the holidays?
No, I got some pajamas for Christmas, and that's about it.
Wait, I got to know, how did you two connect? Because you were doing stuff with Steven before I came back around. How did you connect?
Just saw his stuff on Instagram and sent him a DM. I was like, hey, you want to be on the radio? Talk about stuff? And he's like, yeah.
And did you know he was in Austin?
Yeah. Yeah. Somehow I knew that. But did you listen to us because you grew up here. Did you listen to us before?
Yeah, it used to be my morning drive regularly back in the early days. And then I even listened to you and moved around over the years, followed you to some other places.
What was a cool, hip, young Austinite like you doing listening to us?
I thought y'all were funny, and I was right.
That was back when y'all were hip and young, too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, remember? Yeah, you were also young and hip.
Was it the Mad Moms feature that you loved so much?
Yeah, I could.
You know what made me laugh, JB? Something popped in my head that we used to do that we should try to bring back, although it takes a little bit of legwork. Remember when we used to go to schools and have kids tell jokes?
Oh, young comedians.
Yeah.
That was great. We cut it off at third grade. I think.
After
third grade, we tried going older, and we went in. Those kids were just mean.
That's when they get mean. Is fourth grade.
They flip. Like you can just flip a switch. They're so innocent and sweet. K through 3.
Yeah.
And then something flips, and then they're just like, I don't listen to your show.
Yeah. Third grade.
My dad thinks you're a douchebag.
They are rough. Third grade. My son's in third grade now. They are so rough.
Yeah. Well, it gets rougher in fourth. Look out, man.
Wait till middle school.
Yeah. And then middle school. I thought Tricia was going to have a heart attack when our daughter was in middle school.
I had so much beef with so many middle schoolers that I had never met. Middle school is mean. So mean. Steven, you'll hate middle school too. And then when they slip into high school, everything is like kind of, it's like
really
kind of normal. It's been Landry's experience, but God, I hate it. I hated middle school.
High school could be rough too, though.
It can be rough for some people. I'm saying luckily enough, Landry's kind of, it calmed down for her for high school.
Do you guys ever just see something short and stupid on Instagram that just hits you? They put it this way, they hit your funny bone just right. And it just makes you, it happens all the time. I saw one and it just hit me funny, and maybe it'll hit you guys funny too, but listen to this. It's something that when you were a kid, your parents used to tell you, and then as you got older, you figured out they were full of crap. And anyway, here it is. Listen.
What age were you when you found out that talking doesn't scare the fish? And your dad just wanted you to shut the up for a minute.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Oh, it's so true. Oh, God. I saw that. It just killed me. When I guess parents, we just do anything to get our kids to just be quiet for a little while.
That's funny.
But not Tricia. She would just go, stop talking.
Yeah, I'd be
Please.
like, you've been talking too much now.
Yeah, you've used up all your words.
I would do the trick. My parent trick with our daughter, like if she wanted to go someplace or if she wanted to go with me to HEB because HEB Buddy was going to be there, I would always pretend call places and be like, oh, baby, they're closed. Or, oh, he's off on Wednesdays. Oh, no. Like it was just a fake phone call. And she was like, okay.
Yeah, sorry. Then we have a friend who the dad said, well, it was about Halloween. Oh, the ice cream truck. If they were playing music, that meant they were out of ice cream.
Out of ice cream. So they need to go outside.
That's a good one.
That's funny.
I miss the old school. We used to call it the ding ding man. He didn't play music. He just rang a bell as he drove through the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I miss that.
Yeah, I loved that as a kid. You'd run out and you get a bomb pop.
Yeah.
With but it was like 25 cents probably, right?
Yeah.
Right. But do you remember running in the house as fast as you can to either grab some money or ask your parents for some money then bolting back outside at a full sprint to catch the ice cream man going down the street? I don't think they can. I don't know if neighborhoods would allow people to do that anymore, to be honest with you.
I think you still see it in East Austin, the push cart ice cream man.
Great.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot easier to chase down, too, by the way.
Yeah.
The push cart.
Did you know that is how Matt from Matt's El Rancho started?
Oh. No, I didn't know that.
Yep, that's what he started doing. He pushed an ice cream truck. And then there was a rash of things about 4 or 5 years ago where those guys were getting robbed.
Oh, God. That's terrible.
That's awful.
I know. That's the worst. But I think the neighborhood stood up and put an end to that.
Yeah.
Right?
Protect them. A little protection.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, Steven's back and he's with us. We're going to talk to him more. We're going to talk to him the whole show, but he's going to give us some Hollywood stuff in just a little bit. Also, later on in the show, we're going to talk to Jeff Chen. He is the owner of Pure Yoga Austin. And we've been talking about it on the show. And I'm into it. I mean, it's like, I really like it. It's hard, but man, it's a good workout. And it's great for you if you just kind of want to break your routine of your workout routine, or if you don't have one, you want to get started. So I'm going to talk to Jeff more about the benefits of doing hot yoga and the other things that they offer at Pure Yoga Austin. That's coming up a little bit later on. Up next, Tricia's going to report the news and the story we love. What do you have?
All right, we're going to talk about a music festival that is returning to Austin for its 4th year. And I think it's really fun because it's going to be down on Auditorium Shores. I feel like most of the festivals are in the big venues.
Yeah.
I like this one.
All right, stay with us. It's coming up.
1031austin.com.
Hey, it's Sandy, and for about a year now, I've been really, really focused on my fitness. I've been very dedicated, getting my exercise and eating right. But recently, I got kind of bored with my walking and lifting weights. And a buddy of mine said, why don't you join me for a 90-minute session of hot yoga at Pure Yoga, Texas? I went and I love it, and I think you will too. They've got 2 locations. I go to the one north at 8620 Burnett Road, about 3 blocks south of 183. There's also one downtown between 5th and 6th Street on Oakland. They do a lot more than just hot yoga at Pure Austin. They also have hot yoga for hips and spine. They've got the Inferno Hot Pilates. You should check out their website. It's pureyogatexas.com. Again, that's pureyogatexas.com. You know, as we get a little older, we need to stay strong and flexible, and you get both of those benefits when you do some yoga. So check it out, pureyogatexas.com. Don't be intimidated. Jeff and Marty are the owners. They're so welcoming and so kind. You are going to love it. Check it out, pureyogatexas.com.
Another music festival coming to Austin. Tricia's got the details in just a moment. Thanks for being with us. Our buddy Steven Presley is here as well. Find him on social media at Thunderpop TV. I have in my notes that recently your inbox blew up more than it ever has for one particular thing. Steven will tell us what that is in just a little bit. And don't forget, grab the podcast version of the show. Search JB and Sandy on the iHeartRadio app.
The stories we love.
Coca-Cola's Sips and Sounds Music Festival is returning to Austin March 13th and 14th. It's going to be down on Auditorium Shores, which is at 900 West Riverside Drive. And I think it's super fun that it's going to be one of those giant outdoor stage venues. You can buy 2-day event. It's a 2-day event. You can buy 1 and 2-day tickets, and they're going to be featuring 16 different artists. The 2 headliners, the names that instantly jump out, Christina Aguilera and Calvin Harris.
Cool.
The other people who, I'll go down the list. I'm not going to list them all, but people you might recognize: Foster the People, Steven Sanchez, Group Love, Flip Turn, people like that I feel like they're some of the groups, like if you hear the song, you're like, oh, I know that song. But again, 2-day, 1-day general admission tickets down at Auditorium Shores. The 4th year that Coca-Cola has brought it to Austin, and it's a big hit in the city.
Wow. And when is this happening again?
March 13th and 14th.
Is that kind of on the heels of South by? Yeah.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
That makes sense.
Either kind of opening it up or maybe helping to close it down. I don't know the exact dates to South by yet.
Well, speaking of festivals, the iHeart Country Festival is coming up on May 3rd at the Moody Center. It's a pretty big lineup for that, too. I mean, Brooks and Dunn are playing it. Thomas Rhett, Rascal Flatts, Sam Hunt, Bailey Zimmerman is there. And by the way, if you are a Capital One card holder, you get a little perk in that you can get tickets before everybody else on January 20th at 10 a.m., 48 hours only, and while the pre-sale lasts. Again, that is for Capital One card holders. It's pretty cool. You get to get tickets before everybody else. They've got VIP treatment, all kinds of stuff. Trish and I went to that festival a few years ago, and it was great. I mean, it
So
was
good.
one show after another after another. That's always the kind of the bummer of festivals is the downtime in between, right? And they do this one on a circular stage. So while one person's performing, they're setting up the next person's thing backstage, and then they just spin it around. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So get out and get your tickets. That's the story we love. Thank you, Tricia. Coming up
You're welcome.
next, Steven Presley. He's with us. He's going to tell us what one thing blew up his inbox more than anything else. Also, an 80s comedian that might be saving late night television. Stay with us. Steven tells us all about it coming up next.
1031austin.com.
Streaming on the iHeartRadio app. This is the JB and Sandy Show on Austin's 80s station, 103.1.
An 80s comedian that is saving late night TV. Steven Presley from at Thunderpop TV is going to tell us who that is in just a second. Give us a follow on us on social as well. It is at JBSandyATX on TikTok and on Instagram. Steven, let's start out with the thing that blew up your inbox more than anything.
Oh, yeah. Just to kind of show you the demographic, the people that follow my channel. I got and this wasn't my inbox being blown up to wish me a Merry Christmas or a Happy Holiday. It was to tell me, hey, and some people just will call me Thunderpops. Hey, Thunderpop, guess what? Because they don't know my real name.
It's your superhero name.
Yeah. So, hey, Thunderpop, Sydney Sweeney, I saw her new movie, and she's topless in the new movie, dude.
Oh,
Really?
You got to go see it, man.
Hey,
They
Thunderpop,
felt like they were.
Thunderpop, where can I see it? Hey, Thunderpop.
Yeah,
they're being skeezy on you, huh?
Yeah, a lot of skeezies were messaging me last couple of weeks over the holiday to tell me that Sydney Sweeney. By the way, Sydney Sweeney's new movie that came out Christmas week, The Housemaid, it was a huge success. Sydney Sweeney's back as a blockbuster actress. She that movie only cost $35 million.
It made 400, right?
Yeah, it made multiple hundreds of millions of dollars. And it's also now getting a sequel, which is a bit of a spoiler because I'm not going to get into what you could read about the movie and the story about it getting a sequel, but it does kind of spoil the movie a little bit if you haven't seen it. But anyway, yeah, apparently she also goes topless in the movie, and a lot of people wanted to tell me about it.
They scooped Mr. Skin.
Yeah.
Mr. Skin is a guy that put together a website that will tell you the exact minute and second and frame that you can see any celebrity naked.
A long time ago. Remember, he used to, 20 years ago, he was showing up at our radio conference, and we'd be at the bar and go, that's Mr. Skin over there.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I think he's still doing it, too.
Sandy,
Mr. Skin.
that might get you to the theater.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Sydney
Sydney
Sweeney,
Sweeney, topless? You going to
And
take
then
the
I leave
family?
right at the top. When the topless scene's over, I just walk out.
You going to go
don't
with
care
the
about the
family or just
plot.
go to a matinee alone?
Just
Ew,
mad.
creepy. Creepy.
Bunch of dudes going to the noon showing.
It'll be packed. It'll be packed.
And he gets to use his discount, his senior discount. All super creepy.
Oh my God.
Let's talk about the 80s comedian that might be saving late night television. Who is it?
Yeah, real interesting model here. And I stumbled on the show, like I think over a holiday, and I didn't even know he had a late night talk show. But this is a name may or may not even recognize, Byron Allen.
Yes.
I remember him.
Byron, I liked him.
Yeah.
He's great.
Back from the
in
80s. Yeah.
He's back from the 80s.
He was pretty smart. He was pretty smart. Oh, wait, tell your factoid. It may
Well,
be the
yeah,
same
you're
thing.
right.
I don't
And that's one of the things about this story. But little factoid, he was the youngest comedian ever to be on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson.
No kidding.
Really?
And yeah, even younger than Eddie Murphy. He was like a year younger than when Eddie Murphy, I think, went on the Tonight Show. So he beat Eddie Murphy by a year. But anyway, he co-hosted Real People back in the 80s. He was really well known for that.
Mm-hmm.
But then kind of, he had a late night talk show, but then he kind of in the spotlight wasn't as seen as much for several years. But behind the scenes, he was building a entertainment empire.
Mm-hmm. He was featuring up and coming comics. He had some kind of comedy show where it was quick hit 5-minute sets, and he owned it. And you can see it on some channels in syndication. So he probably did really well.
Yeah, it did really well. He's got a good eye for how to build something entertaining that doesn't cost a lot of money, which is really what media needs right now, is how can you give me something for less that still has a good, good turnout as far as viewership. But here's something interesting he did, and the kind of expansion of what you were talking about, JB. He has a show now that comes on after Colbert, and it's a show, it's a roundtable discussion with comedians. And it avoids politics. It stays with just the funny stuff that is not divisive. And it's really good. I mean, he's having some comedians that you may not have seen, undiscovered comedians that are finally getting a spot in late night TV again. And here's the interesting thing about the model. CBS does not own the show. They sold the late night time slot to Byron Allen. Then he sells the advertising.
Oh, so he's going to get the Colbert slot?
He's after Colbert, so he's in the old late show time slot with where he had, was it Corbin or Corden?
Yeah.
James Corbin? Yeah.
James Corden, yeah.
So they have no risk, right? They get some programming, and if he makes money, he makes money.
Yeah,
He'll
absolutely.
make money. He's one of those guys, he knows how to make money. He
He's
really
smart.
does. I wonder if they'll slide him into the Colbert spot, because I think the late night format is dead. Dead.
It's interesting. I was thinking, I'd love your thoughts on this, all of you, but I was thinking about, because I was watching old Carson clips and on YouTube, and they would talk about anything but the project. You know what I mean? The movie, the TV show, the record. You really got to know the celebrity and something fun, and they would goof around. I feel like late night TV has moved into these quick hit, especially with Fallon. He just does bits with them.
Yeah.
And what people really want is to lift the lid on the celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if someone, like, that's why Letterman went off and did his show where it's an in-depth interview, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you could find that balance where, it's like, yes, we're going to pimp your project, but you've got to give up some personal, get to know you kind of fun stuff. If we could get back to that somehow, I think, and Carson would also have the interview you would fill the couch. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
You'd bring out a guest, then you'd bring out another, and they'd stay.
And they'd interact with each other, which was fun.
There was such a magic in that if someone could figure out how to rekindle that, I think they'd be onto something.
Some stupid consultant told him to stop doing that. You're distracting from the...
Yeah, you got 3 minutes with them.
Right. Stop having fun. Stop goofing around. Tricia, we were talking about this the other day. What JB said, if you kind of take the lid off on the celebrity with Gwyneth Paltrow, when she was on with
Amy Poehler on A Good Hang, her podcast, which I love. But I like watching the video clips on social media a little bit more than I like listening, because then you actually get to see Amy Poehler and her guest, and they're constantly laughing and pulling weird stuff out of their purses or from under the table. But one thing I feel like I discovered is that Gwyneth Paltrow, she's actually pretty cool and laid back and funny. Not at all that persona that everybody gets from the Goop CEO who sells weird candles that cost a ton of money.
And life is perfect. And
who consciously uncoupled from her ex-husband. And all of that very like curated, snooty kind of persona, I guess. She was not like that at all on this podcast. And I was shocked.
Yeah. And you liked it.
I mean, and again, all they talked about was her. They did not talk about any project she has or anything like that. It was just chatting.
Mm-hmm.
So Byron Allen is on right now, right?
You can catch him after Colbert and that, I guess it's 11:30 time slot for Central Time Zone.
All right. Steven Presley is our guest. We're going to take a break. We've got more coming up. And in fact, he tells us that 2026 is going to be the most sequeled movie year ever. All right, we'll get the details about that. Again, give him a follow on social at Thunderpop TV. More coming up.
1031austin.com.
2026, Steven Presley from at Thunderpop TV says will be the most sequeled movie year ever. We'll get into it in just a sec. Thanks for being with us. I'm Sandy. This is JB.
Hello.
And Tricia is here too.
Hi.
If you're just joining us, grab the podcast version of the show. Search JB and Sandy on the iHeartRadio app. Before we get to the most sequeled year ever, let's talk a little bit about the latest in the Baldoni Be Lively saga. What, is this not over yet?
Yeah, we got our monthly drop. It seems like there's a monthly drop of new unsealed text from this saga. And by the way, right now, if you ask a lot of legal experts, they'll tell you that Blake Lively has the upper hand in this feud, this battle, because all the court case that Baldoni had against Lively has been dropped. So unless he can win an appeal, right now it's her against him. It's her case against him, which a lot of legal people say right now that gives her the upper hand. But in the new unsealed text, Baldoni was telling his agent that he felt uncomfortable on the set with Blake Lively. This was during the filming because he said she refused to use a body double for the intimate scenes. And he thought that she was setting him up as a result of that, according to this text thread. Yeah.
She had that option of using a body double.
Had that option. And one of the early things that apparently was a cause of the cause of tension between the two was her wanting to have more creative control, and also Ryan Reynolds wanting to have more creative control over the movie, even though he was the director and was supposed to be leading the movie.
So saying that it was premeditated, this whole fallout was premeditated by her refusing to have an intimate scenes body double.
That's what he's alleging in the text, yeah. And he has support from some people in Hollywood, but the money definitely is for the Blake Lively has the money to fight him that he doesn't have.
Yeah, why would Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, who probably have more money than God, why would they go after some guy that none of us had ever heard of until this lawsuit? That is the question I would ask.
Yeah, and I mean, if some of the charges that they are saying is true, then that's one thing. But it's really interesting.
Yeah.
I bet when you have that kind of money, you're surrounded by people and lawyers that go, "Let's go get them."
Yeah,
you got your whole support group is like going, "Let's do this."
Yeah, you're right. Let's move on.
That makes me think of something. And Steven, why don't we have in the Golden Globes and the Academy Awards a category for body doubles?
I think we're just talking about Sydney Sweeney, and how do we know that's really her? That's topless,
right?
Not a body double. So it's a very important job.
Yeah, that's a weird job to have, right?
Yeah,
I'm a body double. That's what I do.
Yeah,
right?
I just show my goods.
Yeah, that's all I do. Let's move along to 2026. What we can look forward to at movies. It looks like a lot of sequels, huh?
Yeah, more sequels. 29 sequels in 2026. That is how many? So do the dividing there. How many sequels per month are we getting? That's quite a few.
More than two.
Yeah, more than two. Here's a couple of notable ones that I thought maybe might interest this room. The Devil Wears Prada 2.
Oh, heck yeah.
Is Anne Hathaway in it?
Yes, Anne Hathaway's back.
Yep.
That's why absolutely. I knew you'd be interested in that, Sandy, with Anne Hathaway coming back. And a lot of behind the scenes. We've seen people in New York that have captured some of their smartphone footage of them behind the scenes filming this movie over the past months. Get this, Practical Magic 2.
Oh, yep.
We're getting that sequel.
It's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah. The Rock is coming back for Jumanji 4, which they say is the last one. And probably one of the memes that's most consistent memes for Dwayne Johnson is how he's in all these franchises that have jungles in them. It's like a whole Rock thing because he's in like 2 or 3 franchises there. So he's back in that setting where he's been memed so many times. But it reunites him with Jack Black and Kevin Hart and those team ups that we love.
Yeah, and they know it works. They know they'll get an audience for that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's safe. Also, one more interesting one: the Social Network which was a movie that was very controversial when it came out, because I know a lot of people I talked to said, I don't see why this is already getting a movie when it's kind of basically still happening.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's supposed to be a historical piece of something that's happening in real time. But we're going to get a sequel to it, The Social Reckoning. The weird thing about that movie is nobody from the original cast came back. It's like it's the same director and writer, but a different cast.
This is the kind of the Zuckerberg Facebook story, right?
Yeah.
And the Winklevoss twins, those guys.
That was the original movie, and this is the part 2 of it.
I mean, if you want a story with a finale, we should do the MySpace movie.
No kidding. Told Tom.
Yeah.
Just over.
Tom,
you know what Tom did after he got his money? Do you know that story?
I've heard it.
Yeah, he just took his money and he's into photography, and that's all he does.
Yeah.
He just is dedicated. Just that's his hobby, and he's just chilling.
I want to say he got $300 or $400 million, didn't he? For MySpace?
He did well.
He did well. He went to Maui, too. He's been chilling in Maui doing the photography.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
I'd go to Maui with my $300 or $400 million and shoot the finger at everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
JD, you can lay next to me on the beach and we'll just shoot the finger.
Even like nuns. We'll just
just
Babies.
Find a Catholic church and just sit out front, right? Find Steven at Thunderpop TV on social. Thanks, Steven. Have a great weekend. We appreciate it. We got more coming up.
1031austin.com.
Hey, it's Sandy, and for about a year now, I've been really, really focused on my fitness. I've been very dedicated, getting my exercise and eating right. But recently, I got kind of bored with my walking and lifting weights. And a buddy of mine said, why don't you join me for a 90-minute session of hot yoga at Pure Yoga, Texas? I went and I love it, and I think you will too. They've got 2 locations. I go to the one north at 8620 Burnett Road, about 3 blocks south of 183. There's also one downtown between 5th and 6th Street on Oakland. They do a lot more than just hot yoga at Pure Austin. They also have hot yoga for hips and spine. They've got the Inferno Hot Pilates. You should check out their website. It's pureyogatexas.com. Again, that's pureyogatexas.com. You know, as we get a little older, we need to stay strong and flexible, and you get both of those benefits when you do some yoga. So check it out, pureyogatexas.com. Don't be intimidated. Jeff and Marty are the owners. They're so welcoming and so kind. You are going to love it. Check it out, pureyogatexas.com.
Austin's 80s station, 103.1.
Well, that's it. Do us a solid and copy and paste the link to this episode and send it to a friend or two. Thanks for listening.